Welcome to your stimulus check update and your stimulus package update. We are excited to bring you some new information as of Thursday, July 23rd. This is information that has been released and we are excited to share it. So let's get right in. I am Corey. I am from Blind to Billionaire and we really appreciate you joining. Please hit subscribe if you feel inclined. We love having you here. So the Senate Republicans announced Wednesday evening that they have reached a fundamental agreement with the White House negotiators on how to move forward with the coronavirus relief bill. This is a big deal that they've kind of been talking about it for one, but also that they're getting somewhere. The legislation remains fluid, and they've indicated that they want to keep the price tag at about $1 trillion for this HEROES Act, for this coronavirus relief bill. Republicans aren't all on the same page, as some have denounced the cost amid soaring national debt. But the latest talk shows significant signs of breaking an intra-party logjam that has kept negotiations at dead stop for weeks. This is from CNBC. The new proposal will serve as a starting point for negotiations with Democrats who have passed a $3.4 trillion bill in the House, so the Democrats in the House wanted $3.4 trillion. The Republicans are saying $1 trillion. That's kind of how negotiations work. Maybe the Republicans will come up, but at least they're talking about it and they're agreeing on something. And what they said is that instead of releasing just one bill like they do with the HEROES or with the CARES Act, it sounds like they're going to do a handful of bills. So they're going to separate it a little bit. So this is how they're planning to kind of do the breakdown of the money. So for testing for coronavirus, it sounds like they've agreed on $16 billion for testing as part of the Republican proposal, but they plan to offer $9 billion in previously appropriated funds and $16 billion in new funding. The combination of funds is a compromise between the Trump administration, which wanted to zero out funding for testing, and Senate Republicans, who wanted $25 billion. So we're getting some money for testing, which is really important as cases have risen. For schools, as part of the preliminary agreement, Republican negotiators agreed to $70 billion for K-12 education for all schools on a per capita basis, with half of that money going to covering costs for schools that have reopened. In addition, they're going to do $30 billion for colleges and universities, not to be tied to reopening. A Senate aide confirmed. The last $5 billion would be for governors to allocate how they see fit. The stimulus checks, that's why you're all here. So this is what they have said. Munchin told reporters Wednesday that negotiators also agreed to provide Americans with another round of direct payments, with which the administration has been pushing for weeks. The details, however, have yet to be settled upon. I asked whether there is a consensus on an amount. Munchin said, I'm not going to get into specifics right now, but there is an agreement. It isn't clear at this point, however, whether the terms of the direct payments will mirror those of the initial package, which Democrats want in a future aid package. So they're saying that they've come to an agreement, they've discussed it, but the actual number and the kind of qualifiers have not been released yet. We will be watching this carefully all day, and as soon as we hear anything, we will put it forward to you. The last thing, two things that we wanted to talk about is unemployment insurance. I think this is pretty interesting and actually quite helpful. So for unemployment, what they're saying is the $600 unemployment benefit through the government is being ended in the next week, and they need to quickly come up with another plan for what to do for all these people who are still unemployed as a result of the virus. So what they're saying, Munchin says that the GOP plan to establish unemployment extension, and it would be based upon 70% of your wage replacement. So instead of just a flat $600, the Treasury Secretary Steve Munchin told CNBC that the Republican coronavirus relief plan will extend enhanced unemployment insurance based on approximately 70% wage replacement. Congress is scrambling to pass another coronavirus aid bill as the $600 a week enhanced unemployment benefit expires at the end of the month. and the outbreak continues to spread rapidly through the country, which I think we're all well aware of. And the Treasury Secretary also said a payroll tax holiday, which President Donald Trump has repeatedly pushed for, won't be in the base bill. So that's kind of sounds like sort of off the table, but that is what we have for today. We hope that it's helpful. Takeaway points: they are going to do direct payments. President Trump said he wants direct payments. So there will be another stimulus payment. We just do not know how much it is at this time. We do not know exactly when, and we do not know exactly the parameters of who qualifies, but I think we're moving in the right direction. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate having you, and we hope that this is a helpful stimulus check update. Thank you.